are you, Mrs. A?
I'm doing well, Mr. Annie. I
All
just got
right.
back last night.
Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna start.
That's so crazy.
It's Eric's sound. It's Eric's sound that's gone, right?
Yeah, your sound is.
Your sound is down. Okay, I'm streaming.
We're here, no matter what.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our show today. Definitely let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Put in the chat there. We are excited again to bring you another episode of Motivational Monday. Today we have Annie Asong, Leah Garcia, and Zion Anagru here with me. And we are excited because we have an exciting topic, right? A topic that I think everybody can relate to in some form, right? How to build a high-performing team, right? We all need teams, right? One thing I found out in my 25 years or so of business is that you can't do it all. You can't do it all. You need people to help you. And also, if you want to scale, like if you want to build a big business, it's impossible to do it yourself. Right? You'll always say stay small if you want to do it yourself. And then you'll work harder than you did at the job. Way harder, right? So we're gonna jump into it. Let me do a little mic check here. Leah, can you say something?
Testing. Can you hear me? Happy Monday, Monday.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So in the chat, can you guys tell me if you can hear her? Okay, let me see.
Happy Monday, Monday,
somebody put in the
champions.
comments if you can hear Leah Garcia.
Happy
or if you can hear
Monday.
me. Somebody
You guys
just put
hear
in the
me?
comments what you hear. Good
Happy
morning.
Monday,
Okay,
Monday.
Paula, can you hear me and Leah?
Miss Paula, can you hear me?
And anybody else for that matter, before we dive in.
Hey, Miss
we're
Gita
talking to
girl, can you
ourselves.
hear me?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Okay. So can you hear Leah? Leah, say so I want to hear from
Happy
someone
Monday,
that's not on
Monday.
our Zoom. So Sharon Rose, can you hear Leah? And can you hear me? Leah, say
Let's
something.
see.
Say hello. Say hi.
I'm saying happy Monday, Monday. Hey, how are you
Let
doing,
me know if you guys
champion?
can hear her.
We got a great topic for you. Can you hear me?
All right. So I'm just waiting for somebody to say something before we jump right
We're ready
in.
to go. We're testing.
Anybody?
Can you hear?
So audible. Okay. Is it for Leah? Please be specific, guys. Can you hear Leah?
Monday. They hear me.
They say Monday, so I don't know. Maybe they can hear you, but you think they
They
can hear
hear
you?
me,
Okay,
Paula?
okay, then keep going. I just, audible. I don't know if they can hear you. Yes. Good morning. Yes.
Yes, they can hear me.
Okay, go ahead, Leah. Go ahead, Leah.
Okay,
Because I
go
can't hear
ahead.
you, but no. So anyway, I don't want to. I want to give you a proper introduction. So, financial expert, Leah Garcia, all the way from California. Take it away, Leah.
Thank you so much, Eric F. King of Collaboration. Well, listen, champions don't panic. We pivot. We make it happen anyway. My name is Leah Garcia, and I am your dynasty builder. And we have an incredible topic today, how to build high-performance teams. And maybe you're not building a team in your company, but maybe you're building a team of collaboration. Maybe you're building a team of a network. Maybe you're building your family is your team. So grab your fuzzy slippers because I'm going to give you 3 golden nuggets on how to build a high-performance team. Because remember, you want to grab your receipts and you're going to take some notes, and this is where we're going to go. We're going deep. Because high-performance teams, just like high-performance portfolios, need to be diversified, aligned, and intentionally invested. So first thing, golden nugget, number 1, invest in people, not just in the position. High-performance teams aren't just built by hiring bodies. They're built by investing in potential. Just like wealth building, it's the best returns that always come from early and consistent deposits. Most leaders want compound results, but they treat their people like the checking account. They withdraw. My mentor told me 9 hugs, 1 jab. 9 hugs, 1 jab, right? So you have to love them up. If your team feels overdrafted, don't expect them to pay dividends. Listen, here's what you got to do. Know each person's strength, know their goals, know their currency. What motivates them? Get them in a room to build the equity in their role. One talent or strength you invest in more. What's the one talent or strength you'd invest more in if you had the chance? Number 2, create a culture of psychological profit. High performer teams thrive where people feel safe, heard, and valued. Are you listening? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Can you hear me? I know Eric can't hear me. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, champions. Am I speaking to myself? If people don't feel safe to share ideas, they will mentally resign before they physically resign. Listen, a team trusts each other's own profits. We have to trust each other. A team that fears each other bleeds their profits. When a team's culture is bad, even their credit score can't save you. Psychological profits. Celebrate micro wins. Encourage idea flow. Train leaders to listen, not lecture. Normalize feedback as fuel, not fear. Number 3, align the mission like a financial plan. Great teams don't guess, they align. Your vision should be so clear that your team can repeat it in their sleep. If you knock them over the head in the middle of the night, can they repeat your mission? What is it? And they have to see themselves in it. Your mission is your portfolio. Your values are the allocation. Your team's daily actions are the automatic contribution. When teams know the plan, they show up with purpose. If your team doesn't know the mission, they're not leading a movement. You're herding cats. So what's the one word that describes your mission? What is the one thing you want your team to embody? And remember, great teams don't happen by accident. They happen by intentional investment. Let's make this week profitable and purpose, power, and performance. And remember, high performance team leads to high performance dream. And that's my time. And I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric. You can't hear me, but I'm done. Top of my.
Okay, I see them clapping. Believe it or not, I didn't hear a word you said, but I know it was profound. Because it always is. All right, we are gonna roll with this. Yes, yeah. At least everybody hears it. Since everybody hears, we're good. We're good. Welcome, Paula. Good to see you. Coral, welcome. Good to see you. All right, folks. Definitely put something in the chat. Let us know that you're there. I know we have a lot of people, but a lot of people don't want to say anything. Just say hi. Let us know where you're zooming in from today. All right, as we keep on going, we're going to keep on going. So we're going to go from California all the way to Nigeria and West Africa to hear from a good friend of mine who is helping a lot of people, especially nowadays when there's, a lot of things going on in life that gets people sad, dejected, depressed, all of that, right? You need some positivity in your life, all right? And you're going to get a dose of it this morning. All right. So without further ado, let me bring up Zion Anaguru. Zion, Mr. Positive Energy. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. And thank you so much, Queen Leah, for kicking us off on a great note today. And Mr. Ernie, thank you so much for being here as well. And to everyone joining us on the comment section, for those who are joining us live and for as many persons who are watching the replay, want to say thank you for being here. We celebrate you. We appreciate you so much. And I say a happy new month and welcome to the first day of December. For me, I'm always excited. I'm happy to share this stage with you, kicking off the week on a high note as we dive into the various conversations we have. And today, we're talking about how to build a high-performing team. If you know somebody that needs to hear this, invite them, share the link, tag them so that they can be part of this conversation today, because it is very, very important. Together, we can do so much more. If you are doing it all by yourself, you can actually achieve it, fine and good. But by the time you build a team around what you do, you will achieve far much more you can imagine. You will achieve far much more you could ever expect you could. So that's why building a high-performing team is very, very important. Now, when we talk about high performance, high performance is far beyond just hitting your targets. A lot of people think that, high performance is about hitting your target. There's one thing I've learned about high performance, it's the sustainable energy, the consistency, the ability for you to sustain the performance is what is important. So it's not just about hitting your target at a one go, at a one shot, but the ability for it to be sustainable over a period of time. So I'm going to share with you some multi-million dollars nuggets. I love it when Eric corrected us some few weeks ago. There's one thing I've learned about building a high-performing team is the ability for us to measure the how as much as what. We have to measure the how. Because like I said earlier, it's not just about hitting the target, it's how was it, did you get to the target? It's about the process. Because what does not get measured does not get managed. I will say that again. What does not get measured does not get managed. So the ability for you to measure the, the performance of your team, it's very key and it's very, very important. A lot of people leave it all open to the air. No, you must measure the performance of your team. How is my team doing work? So how was it done? The process is key when it comes to building a high performance team. Because I tell you, a lot of people are all about the results, not the performance. A lot of people are all about the end product, about the end goal, not the how, not the process. So in building a high performance team, there is need for you to pay attention to the how it was achieved, to how it was gotten there. So when you put in the how, it helps you to be able to motivate your team. Because at the end of the day, when you begin to follow the process and appreciate people down the journey, it makes them to do so much more. Then number two, when it comes to building a high performance team, I always say this is very, very important. Always hire and develop the right talent. It is key. Don't just put people in your team for the sake of filling the numbers. Don't just put people in your team for the sake of, oh, I have XYZ numbers to attain. No, you must be able to hire and develop the right talent. It's key. High performance starts with having this right mix. The right mix of skill, the right mix of mindset, of attitude, and diversity of thought. So for your team to be high performing, you must be able to hire and nurture the right talent. Grooming your team is key. So don't just have a team and let them do whatever it is they want to do. So groom your team, train your team, and recruit the right people. Imagine recruiting people who have a positive mindset, who are positive, who see challenges as an opportunity to growth, who are ready and grown in their mind. It makes it much more easier. And you don't even have to spend much time repeating things again and again and again. Why? Because they catch the vision quickly. They catch the goal of what they are supposed to do. So if you want to be a high-performing team, pay attention to the process of recruitment, of the kind of people you want to recruit, the kind of mindset they have. And my third point, when you want to consistently, because it's all about consistency, it's all about commitment, it's all about the sustainability of your team, learn to celebrate and reward people's performance along the way, because it is very important in the team. Celebrate people's performance. What you reward is what you reinforce. I will say that again. What you reward is what you reinforce. When you reward their effort, when you reward the energy, it has a way of motivating your team. It has a way of making them want to keep giving their best. A lot of people do not see a need for reward. They were like, oh, you have to do or get to the end goal before I reward you. No, it doesn't work like that. Because at the end of the day, the work-life journey, it's a process. It's never a destination. Every day is an opportunity for us to be rewarded. So learn to reward your team. Nothing too small. Nothing too small. No action too small not to be rewarded. Somebody came to work very early. Say a good word, and reward might not be something of a kind or maybe money. No, say something nice to people, encouraging people, appreciating their effort goes a long way for you to be able to build a high-performing team. And lastly, I will end with this. Building a high-performing team as a leader starts with you. It starts with you. Because you are the example, you are the role model. The energy you bring into your team will flow into your team. And that's why you as a leader, you have to cultivate the positive energy. Because when you bring in the positive energy into your team, it's contagious. It overflows into your team. And then your team can catch the fire. Imagine a team feed on people who are embracing positivity, who have that positive mindset, your team become unstoppable, and you keep getting to your milestones again and again and again. You know, in a time and in a season where there are so many competitions out there where a lot of people want to do great things, building a high performing team is key. And the reason why it's key is it sustains the success, it sustains the business, and it makes you keep doing what you're doing over a long period of time. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening. We appreciate you. I'll give it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Can you? Okay, we're back. Awesome. So I was able to hear him on YouTube. That's the first time I heard my own show on YouTube. All right. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm hearing myself. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Welcome, everybody. Sean, welcome. Dion, not Zion. There's somebody else that came on that said oh, Dr. Augusta, welcome. Good to see you. J. Pasquale, welcome. My goodness, this space is filling up. Francis, welcome. All right, keep putting it in the chat, folks. Keep putting it in the chat. Welcome. Good to see all of you. Definitely put your questions in there. If you have questions about building a team, anything about team building, okay, put your questions in here. All four of us have built teams, okay, and that's why we're experts in this area, because we've all built teams, right? So you want to put your questions in the chat. All right, so let's keep going. We were in Nigeria, West Africa. Now we're going to go all the way to Europe, to London, England, to hear from our good friend who is the fame expert. Yes, have you ever wanted to be famous? And I'm not talking about like being an actor or a singer. I'm talking about your business famous. Like if your business is famous, then you are doing pretty well. Then that means you're rich. if your business is famous, then you're doing well, right? You're financially. So that's the goal. It doesn't matter how good your product is or your service if people don't know about it. And this guy will help you with that. He helped me on LinkedIn to be able to connect with thousands of people. He also helps people write books, right? He does a lot of that stuff, but I don't want to steal his thunder. So let's bring on the marketing expert. Any awesome, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Eric. Thank you so much, my friend. And well, now you're watching on YouTube, you can hear us. Yay! That's such good news, right? But my friends, there's no way. I try to think, what do I want to share with you today? As Eric said, we've all built teams. I've built many teams. I've crashed many teams, right? This is the truth. So, I don't know. I don't want to be melancholic and sad about the teams I've destroyed, the teams that haven't worked. But let me try and share some truths with you. Queen Leah always comes out with James. Zion always comes out with James. I'm just going to give you the cold hard truths, my friends. We can all build a team of people, right? I got a team of 10, but unless you have a team of people who work together, on specific goals, maybe also in a specific way. See, that's what. Okay, let me start there, right? Look, now I think Jay said it in the comments, which is a fact. What is this team here to do? The team is here to achieve the vision. Whose vision? My vision. If you're the founder, if you're the owner, someone has to have a vision, right? And that's the reason we're here, a goal that we're working towards. Invariably, that's your goal. You see, but this is where the complication starts, right? Because your goal is your goal. And the team is made of people who have different goals sometimes. Somehow or another, you have to bring them into your line of thinking, into your destination. I know from experience, from the teams I've built, that you have to get people to truly buy into what we're here to do, commit to it. There's a saying: one rotten apple can spoil the barrel, and that's the same with the team, right? Your team will only succeed as much as everyone's committed. If you've got people who are not, if you've got one person who is a naysayer, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, why is that important? Oh, why do we have to do that way? you're doomed. You know, I've collapsed teams. Literally, I've had teams. I've collapsed many of them because of one rotten apple. You know, if your team is not committed to the cause, I don't know what to say. You know, you can try. You can try. You know, you can try to educate. You can try and create a culture where they can work towards the goals that you want. You know, how do we make them believe in our mission? Oh, that's so hard. You know, the one thing I'll say to you, which I've never done, which I don't do, so I don't like it, it's never worked for me, is simply don't have those long, boring team meetings. No, don't do those team meetings. Don't do them, right? I used to do weekly team meetings, Queen Leah, and I used to do literally half an hour of only talking about one thing. Don't bring your gripes. I don't want to know your gripes. Tell me your gripes later on. Now, tell me your gripes in one-to-one. You know, so the team meeting was essentially restating our vision and our mission. What are we here for? You have to keep restating that. You know, the more people believe in that vision, the more chance you have of succeeding. You know, so in terms of, say, Queen Leah and Mrs. Z have mentioned recruitment. You see, as a psychologist, I know how to build teams. Now, the one big thing they'll tell you in psychology is make sure you have different roles in a team, because a team is not just one person, it's not just one role. You want people who are going to encourage the team. You want people who are going to be administrators who do the paperwork, right? Who keep everything organized. Check out team roles. You know, you want to build a team of people who are going to perform all the different tasks that a team needs. Does that mean you need 8 people in a team? No. What you must do is find those qualities in the people in your team. If you can't find them, you have to build them. You know, you actually have to give your team training. If you don't give your team training, they'll never perform the level you want. And don't just recruit them and leave them to be. The only way you can do that is if you pay them extremely good money. You know, say that many of us are at this level, we tend to recruit juniors, starters. If you want a high-performing team, recruit experts, graduates, people at the top. That way, they will bring the genius and they will gel on their work, right? If you're going to employ juniors, pay the price, train them, support them, you know, and reward them, of course, right? And so, look, I want to end with saying, as a leader, it's your job to show the team how to work. If you're lazy, your team will be lazy. If you clock off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they'll clock off too. If you want them to work hard, I guess learn how to set smart goals. That's how teams really work. I'll leave it there, Mr. Eric. I don't know when Eric's YouTube stopped working or what. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That was powerful. That was absolutely powerful. We appreciate that. And, you know, Annie will always tell you like it is. He'll tell whether you like it or not. All right. He will tell you like it is. So we appreciate that. Welcome. So many people jumping on today. Dr. Bet Carr, good to see you. Tara Islam, good to see you. Sean, good to see you. Oh my goodness, so many people coming in. Ariel, good to see you. Yes, definitely keep putting in the chat there. Oh, by the way, put your questions in there. Start with the word question, okay? Question, and then share your question. All right. So let's keep on going. Real quick, you know, it's funny because they took all my ideas. Like everything I want to talk about, they already talked about it. Like they have. But I will reiterate things because they're important, right? So number one, why do you want a high-performing team, right? Well, because you can go faster. You can grow faster when you have a high-performing team, right? That's very important. You're able to collaborate to go faster. You're able to achieve your long-term goals faster, right? The most important thing is everything is faster when you have a team. Now, there is a time, I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but there was a time where I just wanted to do everything myself. I just thought, you know what you said, you know, they said that if you want things done, you just do it yourself sometimes, right? And that works if you have a small business. But if you want to scale your business, you have to have other people working with you, right? The other people working with you. And then when I did that, that's when my business really took off, right? So like in my team, like Coral from across the pond, she's part of my team, and she does an incredible job with what she does for the team. And then I have different people that do different things because they're good at it, right? I have a guy that does he edits my videos and posts them, right? I don't even know how to edit a video, y'all. I don't even know how. Like, if you told me how to edit, I don't know how, right? But he's an expert at it. He does it so well. He puts in videos into the videos. Like, how do you put in a video into a video? Right. So yeah, he's part of the team, and he does a great job, and that's what his focus is on, right? There's a lady that does my flyers. Like, anytime I'm doing an event, she'll do a flyer for it, right? That's her role. She's great at doing flyers, right? So find experts. I think somebody said it here. At least one person said, find experts. Don't try and do everything yourself, because here's what happens: you're not going to do it as well, and you're going to waste a lot of time, right? You waste a lot of time. Some of you may not know of a platform called Fiverr, Fiverr, I believe. Fiverr. Right? I think I'll put it in the chat. That's a great website to get help, right? To get people to help you, whether it's you want them to do a flyer, you want them to do a funnel for you, you want them to do a book cover, right? The guy that does all my ebooks, right? I got him from Fiverr, right? I've been working with him for like 7 years, right? So, and I'm sure there are other sites, but I've been using that site for a long time. And it's great because one of the great things about Fiverr is nobody can rip you off. Right? Nobody can rip you off because, yeah, like if you pay them, they don't actually get the money until you approve, right? So I get every day people can contact me, like they want to work with me every day. But I always say, are you on Fiverr? Or are you on, some platform? Because I'm not just gonna be sending money back and forth to perfect stranger, right? Yeah. So check out Fiverr if you've never checked it out before, and yeah, it worked for me. It works for me. All right. So a couple of things that I want to reiterate about that is, and they talked about having a clear purpose. When you ask each person in your team what is the goal, everybody should have the same response. If they don't, then you're doing something wrong. Everybody should have the same response when you ask them, what is our goal here? Why are we here? Right? If they have different responses, then you're doing something wrong, right? So that's number one test, right? What is the goal, right? Also, make sure, like I said before, that everybody in the team has the right role, because some people are good at one thing and are not good at another, right? I'm horrible at editing videos, but I'm good at making a video. I can make a video anytime, right? Everybody has different skills, so make sure everybody is doing what they're good at. Another thing, I think number 3 or number 4 is make sure you have a supportive, non-judgmental environment. Supportive, non-judgmental, right? I want people to be free to share what's on their mind, right? So I don't judge, right? So if you say something that's maybe something way real outlandish that I could never do, I just say, oh, yeah, that won't work here, But I'm not gonna get on you saying that was stupid. There's a famous guy that said that calls people stupid, but we're not going to get into him. We're not going to talk about him. I will never call anybody on my team stupid. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, don't make it so that people want to share. People want to give their ideas and their opinions, right? Because that's what makes the team grow. And do you know that sometimes people on the team will give you an idea you never thought of if you let them, right? An idea, like I've gotten ideas from members of my team, and I'm like, wow, I never thought about that. That's huge. One idea. So I do these studio events, right? I'm going to talk about that in a second. And studio events, people come into the studio event, it's free, right? So someone from the team said, well, Eric, you have, some people want to see videos of past studio events. Some people want to get your ebooks and everything. He said, why don't you have an upsell where it says something like, if you want the bundle, you can get the bundle. You can get it for free, or you can get the bundle. I never thought about that. So we put it up, and all these people are buying the bundle. And I'm like, I never thought about that. Even though I had the assets, the digital assets, I didn't think of doing that, right? And he just said, "Hey, why don't you do that?" Right? So it's a good idea to create an environment where people feel good about sharing. You don't just want to be a dictator, right? And then nobody wants to share anything, right? So make sure you create that environment. And then lastly, a reward. Like I heard that before. Reward your people. I love to reward my people. I give them certificates, physical certificates. Like I mail it to them. For my speakers, I literally give them the crystal awards, right? With their names on them, right? You want to reward people. People appreciate that. Not everybody does that, right? So you want to reward people for good behavior. You want to reward them for things that they've done to really help the team move along, okay? So real quick, let's go around the room, share a little bit about our businesses. For those of you that are just seeing me for the first time, I'm Eric F. King, and I'm the founder of studiospeaking.com. So check out the website, studiospeaking.com. And what do I do? Well, I provide a platform, a stage, right, where speakers, coaches, and authors can share their expertise with the masses, with the people that on the big Zooms, right? I give them the videos, like when they speak, right? We everything's recorded, right? So we give them the video reels, we give them the pictures, right? They're able to hang out with the other speakers, coaches, and authors for 2 days, right? So there's a lot of benefits, right? Just go to my site, studiospeaking.com, and you'll see the benefits. So we do have an event coming up in January. If you do want to speak, then apply. Just go onto the site, click apply, and apply as soon as possible for January if you want to kick off your year strong, right, in front of people. And we promote you like crazy. We promote you like crazy. And then you're also part of our mastermind, right? You're joining a mastermind of incredible speakers, coaches, and authors from all over the country. We have a lady coming from Canada for our next event, right? So now we're international, right? So that's what we do. And then also if you don't want to speak but you want to be a part of it, just send me a message on LinkedIn or Coral, and we'll add you to the email list, and you'll get all the information. All right. So let's go real quick. I know Zion, somehow he jumped off. I don't know, it's probably technical difficulties. But Zion and Agru, you saw him on there. You'll see his name is, you'll see it in LinkedIn. Connect with him. Okay. You'll know him because he has like 30-something thousand followers. You'll know that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy they're talking about. Yeah, he has a lot of followers because he gives a lot of value, right? So connect with Zion. All right, so let's go around the room. Leah, would you like to share?
Yes, so I'm Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional, and I am your dynasty builder. Listen, it doesn't matter where you started from, wherever you are, however much money you think you have or you think you don't have, you can go from zero to hero and transform your life. If you're here, it's because you are the one in your family that's changing your family's last name forever. And I'd love to invite you to a coffee chat. I see a lot of fans and friends here that we see every week. But if you're new here, I'd love to enjoy a coffee chat with you. I invite you also to visit my business box, which is like a website. It's really simple, leahgarcia.io. Download my free Wall of Wealth ebook, and you can also take my money quiz. Hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
Okay, no. Yes. Eric, are you going to speak?
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Annie. Go ahead.
You're doing great. How you can work without hearing what we're saying is remarkable, right? But you're doing your best.
Go ahead, Annie. Go ahead.
Okay. My friends, I'm doing what I love doing most, which is helping people write their books, publish their books, and market their books. So I've got several books that we're working on right now. They're going to come out before Christmas, including Dr. Paula Washington's The Encore Reset Journal. And as she mentions in any comments, it's going to be a bundle. So there's going to be a bundle with her book, The Encore Playbook, which is a book all about being motivated, being driven to live your best life in the second half of life. Midlife is not too late. That's actually when you start. One of your life is done, right? The other thing I'm doing with Dr. Paula is we're doing a workshop on January the 12th. So it's after New Year. We want to move people from plan to profits. So we want you to come along and get a strategy to achieve your goals, especially if 2025 has been a year of just talking. That's it. Time we start talking, time we started doing. So we're determined to help people to make that transition. Otherwise, nothing happens, right? That's me. Look, I'm sharing my profile in the comments. So if you want to connect with me, then please do. So profiles on there. So I'd love to know what you do. If we haven't connected already. Go on, Quilia. The mic is yours.
I already spoke, but I'll speak again.
If ever,
you give me like trouble.
Yes. No, it's a hard one. As a host, you can't hear everyone. It's really hard.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, everyone's back. Yay.
I'm back. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
Good. So a little delay there, but we're making it work. Because we are champions. That's what Leah said. Leah says we are champions. All right. So, oh my goodness, so many people jumping on. Alexandria, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome to our show. Philip, welcome to the show today. Victoria, good to see you. My goodness, so many people coming on today. Awesome. William, I see you. All right. So let's get into the questions. By the way, Carl, if you can just put studiospeaking.com in LinkedIn. For some reason, when I put it in, it doesn't go to LinkedIn. All right. And then lastly, before we get to the questions, for those of you that have not grabbed my ebook yet, okay, you want to do that, right? I give you 100 ways to market your business. 100 ways to market your business, to get more sales, leads, all of that. 100 different ways. Just go to successwitheric.com/100, the number 100. Okay. Eric is ERIC. Successwitheric.com/100. Click on that. It's free. Grab it. All right. And by the way, follow me on social media because I am doing a 10-day series right now on, I actually did it in Jamaica, right? When I was in Jamaica. It's a 10-day series on just building a big business. Right. So I'm here. I'm in Virginia, but people are like, Eric, are you in Jamaica or are you in Virginia? I'm in Virginia, but I recorded that. I recorded that. Yeah, I do stuff like that. I just release it whenever I want. All right, so let's keep going. Let's go to some questions here. Remember, if you have a question, type in question in the chat. Just put question and then type in your question. So the first question will be from Coral. And it is, okay. So here we go. What is one leadership skill that you have intentionally developed that transformed your team? Leadership skill that you have intentionally developed that transformed your team. I'll let anybody go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Ooh. I think being focused on your goal, being very clear on the mission. That's I say that a team can't work if everyone's going in different directions. So being that person who has a vision and then who has to pass it on to other people, because your team must serve the customers, right? They're the ones who have to deliver the vision. So but being very clear on my vision and the mission, and then passing that on to a team to actually make reality. And I think that's a gem of being a business owner or being a team leader. Yeah,
that's brilliant, Annie. And I would add to that is really being direct. Sometimes it's very difficult for leaders to be very direct when there's difficult topics. Ask my team. I'm very direct with them, but I do it very nice and gentle. And I always do a sandwich, right? I tell them what they're amazing at, and then I give them the stretch, and then I always patch them up. But they know I hold that bar high, and I think that has served me. I believe that served me, because otherwise, what's the opposite? is that we're not being direct, we're not clear, and so people are not clear about what the expectations are, and then that's not being a leader. We're just like chasing, what do they say, herding cats, right? We're all herding cats. So back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. For me, I think it is staying positive when things look bad, right? Yeah. So having this unexplainable enthusiasm when things seemingly are falling apart. I think that is what I do, right? And people like, oh, what are we gonna do? Oh my God! Oh, don't worry, we got this. We got this, right? Right? We can solve this. That's not that's not a big deal, right? Because when you do that, people calm down and then they focus. I remember, so some of you know that I run a group called Promote Your Business Meetup, right? So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to promote your business, it's free. You can get on 3 times a week, share 2 minutes about your business. You can contact Coral for that. We used to do it live in person, right? And then COVID hit, and people are like, oh, what are we gonna do? We can't meet. Well, we'll just go online, right? And then what about the other states? Well, just do it together, right? Be solution oriented and just make them feel at ease and let them know that things will be okay. Things will be okay. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. If they see that this leader is still going, they're gonna keep going. So great question. All right. So next question. Let's see. Let me first see if there's anybody else. If there's anybody else asking a question. Nobody yet.
There is.
So, okay.
There's a question.
Somebody put a question up there. Put a question.
Sean,
Say question.
Sean has a question.
Okay, but we're going to go to another question by Coral.
Yeah, Sean has a question.
And it's right.
Hopefully you come to it sometime.
There we go. All right. So Coral says, which leadership moment are you most proud of and why? That sounds like an interview question. You know when you going for an interview and like your strengths and weaknesses, right? What are you most proud of? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. So Leah's gonna
I am going to go first. So in August, my team was ranked number 10 in the entire company. And I'm just so doggone proud of that. So yes, that is one of my most proudest moments, because it just shows that it really is about the team, right? It absolutely is about the team. And it was complete. Like, my team is probably one of the smallest teams in the company. So to be number 5, I was just so proud. I was in shock, and I was so proud of all of them, and I still am. So thank you so much for the great question, Coral.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I think I'm proud every time we serve a customer. Every time we get a happy customer, that's because that's what we're there for. Again, when I say as a team, we delivered. We have to deliver, otherwise, there's no business left, my friends. I'm genuinely always glad when we publish another book, when we fill another person's events, when we actually get them. When a customer says, "I got the resource I wanted," that's the magic of the team, really. And I guess I'm lucky to experience that often, because that's why we build teams.
Awesome. And that's a great question, but to tell you the truth, I can't even think of a particular moment, because I'm sure I'm proud of a lot of moments. Every time we do an event, because our events, they're live, right, where the speakers are in the studio, so it takes a lot, right? I mean, we go pick them up at the airport, we bring them to the hotel, right? We all go, we take them all to dinner, we all to the restaurant, right? We do a lot of things behind the scenes that you guys don't see, So in addition to actually going on stage and speaking and all of that. So when it's all done, right, I'm proud of my team, right? I'm proud of the team because it takes a lot of people to put that all together, at least. And then the crew and the crew that help us with the stage itself, like 5 people right there, right? So there's a lot that goes into it. So I'm just proud of my team every time we do another studio event. If you haven't been to one, you definitely want to come to the next one, January 26th and 27th. 26 and 77. It goes for like 3 hours or so, 3-4 hours. But we have some incredible speakers. Oh my goodness, from all over the country and Canada. You will learn so much. It's like this is going to be the biggest and the best I've ever done. Right. Again, go to studiospeaking.com. You'll see we do the big Zooms, right? Like the Tony Robbins Zooms, right? It's the sight to see. It definitely is. All right. So great question. We're going to go to our next question. Our next question is from Sean. Oh, and by the way, if you do grab the ebook, you're automatically in the email list, and then we'll send you the information on all our events. successwitheric.com/100. All right. So Sean says, how do you personally gauge whether your team is following your strategy or following your example, and what happens when those two don't match? Okay, so when your strategy and your example don't match, ooh, that's a good one. That's not it. If your strategy and your let's say if they're following you, but your example and your strategy don't match, that's not a good thing. That's bad news. So anyway, I'll kick it out to my team here, to share. So
excellent question, Sean Michael. I really watch what they do, and I listen when they speak in other places and spaces other than with me. So if they have a speaking opportunity, if they have a speaking event, then I listen to what they say and I watch what they do. And if it's not congruent, then I know that I need to be clearer, or maybe I need to make some adjustments. And that's really where you see it's battle tested. What do they really say? And then how do they treat other people? How do they treat you? I'm very, very blessed. My team is constantly pointing out things that they like. And I'm just saying that to say that that's a power of having a team. And at the same time, they'll call me on my BS too. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So great question, Sean Michael. Hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
I like that. Look, I could be glib and say, just focus on results. No, you can't just focus on results. Like, a team has to have a process of working, right? Saying that I'm very, I guess, my thing is how we do things around here. So I'm very fussy about the process. Like, I write handbooks because there's steps that we go through to do what we do. Yeah, it's all right saying, you can be innovative. And if you get better results, and come and explain to me how you got better results. I'll happily change the handbook. I'm saying, but until then, here's what happens in real life. The person will come to you and say, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it my way. You're like, are you going to get, can I expect better results? No. So all you do, people take shortcuts. So the process matters, Sean. The process matters, right? The results matter, of course. If the results are coming, I'm going to listen to the process. I want to know what the process is. Don't forget, your process has to involve the rest of us. So we have to understand what it is you're doing and how you're approaching it. If the process is not an alignment with how we do things around here, let me give you a simple example, my friends. We could basically turn up tomorrow, do everything by AI, and say, okay, you made your money. No, we use AI. That's my principle, for example. We use AI. The humans control the AI. Now, AI doesn't do our work. We do the work. AI is a tool that we use. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm so focused on how we do things, right? So I use let's learn and get better ourselves. It helps the team as well, my friends. The team has to be empowered and see that they're growing. Eric mentioned it earlier. So all of that is what I'm looking for, Sean. no one can ever work as hard as you, as hard as me as the owner. Sorry about that. So I don't expect the team to work as hard. That's why I said at the end of my my presentation, and have smart goals. Be clear what you want the team to achieve, specific, measurable, and put a time on it and put standards on it. That's how you can get to what you want, ultimately.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, I agree. I agree totally. No one will ever outwork me. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I'm hearing myself. No one will ever outwork me, right? No one ever on my team will outwork me, right? Because that's how you set the example. You do what you say you're gonna do. Whatever you tell the team to do, you're doing more. You're doing more, and then and you have that standard, right? So you know if they're hitting it or not. Okay. So last question. We have 7 minutes. I didn't even see this question. It's been posted for like 20 minutes. So Paula says, "What makes a collaborative team effective?" What makes a collaborative team effective? So in about 1 minute each or something, let's talk about that, and then we can close out.
Yes, what makes it effective is the results. What is the results? And I just want to give Paula a shout out. We're doing a collaboration. Her book is about to drop, and I'm so honored. I'm humbled that I was able to write the foreword. And here's the thing, is that when you have a true collaboration, opportunities are just going to come to you through osmosis, because other people see that collaboration as you're highlighting and showcasing others. So thank you so much. Annie, I think the mic is yours now.
For me, I think it's having shared purpose. We all have to buy into the dream, into the goals, because that's how we're going to get everything we want from being part of this team, right? And I always look for a team that can work together. Let's say one rotten apple spoils a barrel, right? And if I see someone who says, "I don't want to talk to that one," I'm like, "You're fired. You're fired. Bye." I give them a chance to become friends, and if they say, "Go and sort it out," if you can't sort it out, one must go. Sorry about that. That's that. So I think we have to love what we're doing. We have to love what we're here for, and we have to do it and bring ourselves and do it with our passion. That's what I look for in a team.
Awesome. And I agree 100%. It does make me think about this. For the people that apply to speak on my stage, there are certain things I look at for to see if they qualify or not. Okay? And one of those things is, how would they engage with the rest of the speakers, right? Because it's like a team, because we're all doing this event right together, right? So so if I get on Zoom with you and you have all these credentials, right? You have all these letters behind your name, right? And you have all this success, but I get on there and you're just negative. Or you just you bring this attitude like you either don't want to be there, or it's one lady said, she goes, "I don't know if your speakers will be at my level." And I'm like, well, then you don't qualify. Right? Because I don't want someone sitting at the table going like this all day. Like, I'm different, right? I'm better, right? So so that's another thing. It's easier to collaborate when you have the right people in the room, right? And then part of it too is, like I said, everybody that speaks in my stage, they're part of our mastermind, right? I don't want a Debbie Downer. All right. I don't want someone that's just going to have a negative comment about everything everybody says. Right? I want positive, motivated, enthusiastic people. Right. So that's another thing, right? To collaborate, you got to be motivated, right? The reason why Leah is collaborating with you said that you're collaborating with Paula, right? Is because they both have the right attitude, right? They both bring something to the table. They're both enthusiastic. They both want to move forward, right? In business and in life. So that's my answer for you, Paula. And so we'll wrap it up. We have about 3 minutes. We appreciate all of you. If you're here live, put hashtag live in the chat. Hashtag live. Okay. And for those of you that are listening to this on replay, put a hashtag replay. And I want everybody to promise me something, because we do this for you for free. We've been doing it for about 2 years now, every single Monday morning for free. But what I want from you is I want everybody to share this, right? So just promise me that you will share this. Just click share, right? Repost. I think it's repost on LinkedIn, right? Repost on LinkedIn, or share on Instagram, or share wherever you are. On Facebook, share this with your group, share this with your Facebook group, share this with the people that are connected to you. Let other people see the good news, that they can be motivated and excited every Monday morning. For most people, Monday is the worst day of the week. It's my favorite day of the week, and it's been that way for years. Why? Because I make it so. Right? Let this day be the best day of everybody that watches this, right? Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you, Carl, for putting in there that and if you're so remember, hashtag live and share this. We want to see like 50 to 100 shares today, so we can get it to 1,000 people. All right. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and close it out for today. We appreciate everybody being on today. We are here every single week, rain or shine or sleet, right? Or even technical difficulty. It doesn't matter. We're going to show up. Nothing can stop us, right? I think they said nothing can stop us. We're all the way up, something like that, right? Nothing can stop us, guys, right? We'll be here. We're here for you, to help you. And if you have ideas for shows, send it my way. Send it to Coral, and we'll talk about it. All right. So appreciate all of you. It has been a pleasing pleasure to be here with you this morning, and we will see you next week. Take care. And by the way, happy December. Woo! Welcome to December. Today is December 1st. So happy December. We got like 30 days to go. All right.
Well done, Eric. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.